I did think it was really positive seeing the offense, respond, to each drive, because I think if Clemson had not, answered Florida State's touchdown drives in that first half, maybe the game plays out a little bit different. But they really did a good job, hit some big plays. DJ, that big touchdown down the sidelines to Antonio Williams to tie the game was really, really huge. And that was a really phenomenal play. I think the offensive game plan in general was good for most of the game. What did you guys see? What do you want to see more of, from the offense? But what did you like? What did you dislike?
I don't feel like deep shots. I don't think Collins even got a look this week.
Nope.
But overall, really good play calling for the first 3 quarters. I would say real hard running from both running backs. Can't take anything away from either one of those guys. I just think we got to do better about, if we're going to run the clock out, then we got to do it. You can't go out there with a plan to run the clock out and have a 3 and out, because then that just defeats the purpose of what you were trying to do. Outside of that, just clean up that fourth quarter play calling. I think you have a very all-around good offense throughout the rest of the season.
Well, what I think is that I like the way our offensive line played, and I like the fact DJ didn't turn over the ball. I like the quick hit game that we did with the receivers. It reminded me of when we played Miami a couple of years ago, when they had 2 good rush defensive ends. They got the ball out fast. That double flea flicker, I like the creativity that we saw in the game with that, because I thought that was just an amazing play. We came out like some hell on wheels the last part of the second half. First half and the early part of the second half. I just don't know why they stopped trying to kind of get the ball down the field and, push the issue and run the floor, score up on Florida State. And if it was anybody else, like Tennessee, we just saw today, sometimes you got to put your foot on the metal and blow out the team in front of you. And if it was somebody else other than Florida State that could actually score, I think we might have been in some trouble at the end of the game. Sometimes I don't know if he was trying to be nice and not run the score up on them, but I don't know. But we look. I think our offense looked really good. Miller had a couple of penalties that could be cleaned up. I don't know why that 4th and 1 play. I don't know if we were going to go for it. The one where Putnam, I think, got a penalty. I don't know why he doesn't line up and just go for it and got the field. But I think it was a very good play calling game by the offense. So, hey, I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. Our offense is clicking. It's not 300 yards like we would like to see, but by DJ, but 3 touchdowns of passing and 1 touchdown running. I think that's a pretty good game. I think we got a touchdown call back at the end of the game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I think it was in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that was another Miller holding call, correct?
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with you guys there. Offensively, there were some moments. There were a lot of moments of brilliance, a lot of moments of really, you saw some really good stuff. I was really proud of how the offensive line played. They got good push in the run game for the most part. Shipley and Maffa, ran hard, especially Shipley. It was a good game plan. You saw them both of them get involved in the passing game as well. DJ was accurate for the most part. Missed a couple throws and missed a read. I remember that play that he missed Antonio Williams wide open. Safety came down. And he could have. It was no one in front of him if he had hit him in stride, but he just didn't see him. So just cleaning that kind of stuff up, just those kind of missed opportunities. You should have had another touchdown that was called back by holding, which that's a whole nother thing. Clemson getting called for holding and stuff like that, and Florida State. I don't want to be one to complain about officiating in a win, but it felt like there was a lot of stuff that Florida State got away with on the offensive side of the ball. But all in all, it was a really good performance. It's just you saw when the offense is rolling, it looks really, really good, and it's just about maintaining that consistency. When you build a lead, doing the things that you're supposed to do when you're up. And they just didn't do that. The 3 and outs didn't help. Giving Florida State short fields. I will say Aiden Swanson did a really good job of mitigating that. I thought he punted really well tonight. But yeah, that was just it was a frustrating way to close a game that you felt like you should have won by a lot more points. But
yeah, the punt game's really improved. But yeah, it felt like the end of the third into the fourth quarter, it almost felt like we're in the lead, so let's experiment a little bit, and it just didn't really go the way they expected, I guess. But hopefully, we get number 80, get them the ball a little more here coming up these next few weeks before we get into that bye week, and hopefully get ready for some championship football.
Right. Another thing I was looking at, I'm trying to find the penalty order, but I'm amazed that, we gave up 460 yards of total offense to Florida State. I don't know what's going on in that room, that defensive room. That's what really upsets me, because we know how much talent we got out there. Maybe because all these guys, because it's been a long year, maybe these guys haven't really caught up with being all back together. But I don't know what could have happened. Maybe Breezy wasn't in shape. Zaire Thomas, I know he's working himself back. Maybe he's on the pitch count, but that's more upsets me than anything. I don't think that this game should have been as close as it should be. I just said that, they might have scripted a few plays to start off the game, and they caught us off guard. But it's like, we gave up 570 yards to FSU. It's like again, luckily their coach don't know what he is doing half the time when it comes to games, when it's not scripted. Because we might have been in really deep trouble, but DJ saved us, so we need to go back and give DJ credit, because everybody outside of me was talking about getting rid of DJ at the beginning of the season. I like, man, let's give the guy a chance because the hard year that he had, but DJ saved us today, and it was a great win.